I only went into Muji for one thing, but somehow I ended up with bags full of surprises. Clothes, home essentials, and even Millie scored big time. And the reason I keep coming back to Muji, it's because so much of what they sell is beautifully designed and made in Japan. Stick around because I'm not just sharing my Muji Japan haul, I'm also going to cook my signature dish for you with my favorite pot. So it is the weekend now, and I've had my first week back at work. But even the car parks here at the Aeon Mall Wakayama are smart. They use solar panels, not just to generate power, but to also provide shade for cars. On a hot day like today, it makes such a difference when you step back into a cooler car. And at the same time, that energy is feeding back into the grid and helps power all the air conditioners for the mall. I feel like this is such a clever idea, and I wish more places would do this instead of just having open car parks. Now I know why you clicked on this video, so let's get straight into having a look at what's around Muji. And I've been coming to this store on and off, but I haven't really spent that much money here, except for when I'm looking to buy pens. But today I was on a bit of a mission because, as you know, in my last couple of videos, I bought a really nice knife, and it's recommended to use a wooden chopping board, not a bamboo one, but a proper wooden one. And I heard that Muji has some really nice ones, and these are made of hinoki. And hinoki is Japanese cypress. I wish this was smell-o-vision because the smell is absolutely divine, and these are made in Japan, just like a lot of the items here that you can buy at Muji. And the quality here is always so good. So I thought if I was going to buy one, I may as well invest in a good one, spend a bit of money, and it'll last me for a long time. But I did start looking around and I thought, hey, actually, yeah, I do need some new sponges. And there were little bits and pieces that were catching my eye, and it ended up to be me buying a lot more than what I set out to buy. I happened to come across all of their skincare as well, and there was a big sign saying 100% natural ingredients, and they had a lot of different new ones that I hadn't seen before. I've always got my mascara from Muji because I like the texture of it, but I never thought to look into their skincare range. So I did actually come away with a little bit of skincare, which I'm going to show you a little bit later in the video. Have you ever wondered where the name Muji actually comes from? It's short for Mujirushi Ryōhin, which literally means no brand, quality goods. The whole philosophy is really interesting. The idea is that the products don't need a flashy logo or big marketing to stand out. Instead, they're going to focus on simple design, functionality, and durability. So when you're walking around the store, you see that everything looks clean, minimal, and definitely calming, and that's the whole point of the store. It's completely intentional. It's meant to strip away the noise of consumerism and just give you the thing that you need, but made really well without all the bells and whistles. I know when I've bought something from Muji, like the pens, which I always buy, you can trust the quality and you feel like you're bringing something home that's really well designed with care and longevity in mind. I've never worn Muji clothing before, but I thought I might just have a look and see if there was something that would work for me. Given their items are such good quality, it would make sense to invest in a couple of choice items that I could wear for work. Some of these summer shirts were also on sale, and they're a cotton and linen blend. They had sizes up to L, so there was an L and a medium. I've been working really hard on my diet lately and exercising, so I'm thinking there's a chance they might fit. They look like quite large sizes. Now in Japan, when you go to the change room, you have to take your shoes off, and inside they provide this sort of hood, I guess, cape to put over your face so that when you try on their items, you don't leave any makeup on their items. And it's particularly important as I'm trying on a white shirt. What a great idea. Nothing worse than getting makeup on the clothing when you're trying to try it on. Now, this shirt was an L size, and I was really surprised because usually clothes don't fit me so well in Japan. It was so big, I went to the medium, and the medium seemed to fit me perfectly. I have short body, and it wasn't too tight. It was just the right amount of bagginess. So I was really quite surprised. I ended up getting a couple of their shirts because they are on sale, along with the chopping board. And I got quite a few other little items, including some treats and special things for Millie, which I'm going to open up and show you in a minute. But what a successful shopping day this was. I rarely have success when I go out shopping, but today was really successful. And now I want to get some ingredients for dinner. So I'm at the international supermarket. This is Caldi, and I can get all of my secret ingredients here. And today I'm going to cook you my signature dish, which is a little bit of Mexican, not Japanese, I'm afraid. Once I got home, I realized that the kitchen was actually a bit of a mess. And you know, my usual thing, whenever I buy something new for the house, I need to scrub the house from top to bottom before I welcome it into my home. It just makes me feel a little bit better about bringing new things into the house. So the Hinoki chopping board is wonderful. It had a few instructions on it, and one of the instructions was you should wet the chopping board before you chop on it. And what that does is it prevents any smells or stains soaking into the wood. So first things first, I'm going to give it a bit of a clean, and then I'm going to leave it a little bit damp before I actually start the cooking as per the instructions. Now today I'm going to cook with the Thermos Magic Pot. It's kind of like a slow cooker but with a really clever Japanese twist. You just heat your ingredients up on the stove first, pop the pot inside its insulated case, and then it keeps cooking without using any electricity. It's almost like the pot holds onto the heat and then finishes the job off for you. The reason I love this so much is because I can leave it alone all day in the house without worrying about it or worrying about wasting power. And then when I come back home, if I've been out, my food is still hot and perfectly cooked. It also makes the meat really tender because it's keeping it at a stable heat for a long time. I know you can do all of this in a pressure cooker, but usually when I get home from work, I just don't have the time. This is called the Thermos Shuttle Chef, and it's often called a magic pot. It was created in the 1970s, and it came about because of the oil crisis that happened. So yes, it is authentically Japanese, and it has been a great way of cooking. I actually picked this one up at a secondhand store. I wasn't looking for it at the time. I just saw it there and it was brand new in its box. So obviously someone had got it as a gift and didn't want it or know how to cook with it. And I picked this up for 2,000 yen. What a bargain. They sell for about 6,000 yen brand new. So with my meal, all I'm doing is putting in my meat, onion and mushrooms, and then adding some taco seasoning. I'm just going to bring this all up to the boil with water that just is enough to cover everything. Once it's boiling, as I said, all I got to do is put it in that magic pot and let the magic happen. It literally keeps its temperature, and I could probably leave this for 3, 4, 5 hours and it would stay at a really high heat. I did also buy a couple of ready meals, just some chicken curry and other things that I thought might get me through now that I'm back at work. It's always such a chore to think about what to cook at night. So now I've got my dinner on the stove ready to go. It's time to spend a little bit of time with Millie, and I want to see what she thinks of these Bonito treats. And thank you to everyone that sends a little bit of money for Millie. I always spend it on her wherever I can. And Millie, of course, she just loves food anyway, but yes, she loves this treat so much. Once again, it's all natural ingredients, so I feel really rest assured knowing that the pet food that Muji sells is also very good and healthy for her. You know, I like growing Millie's cat grass, and they also had this cat grass in a paper bag that you can grow. I thought I'd give it a little try. I have been growing it in pots out the back, but I did want to try the Muji one and just see if she liked this flavor better. It was such a good price. I thought I'd definitely give it a go. All you have to do is like fold the paper bag down and add water. It's as simple as that. I do have quite a few plants around the house, and Millie doesn't touch them. She's very, very fussy. She does love cat grass though, and I know it's great for the digestion of cats and it helps them with hairballs. So it's not just a treat, it's actually really, really good for their health. It's so funny. It's like Millie knows this is for her. She's so inquisitive. She doesn't normally get up on the kitchen bench, but I'm going to wipe it down again, so don't worry. But I'm just letting her sit here and watch what's going on and see how quickly this cat grass is actually going to work. It looks a bit strange. I'm not sure how it's going to come out of here, but let's go put it outside in the sun and see if it works. So I set up the Muji cat grass up on her cat shelf a few days ago, and it didn't take long at all. I watered it every day, and look at this, 5 days later it's already long enough, and you can see she's had a little munch on it already. This is the perch where she sits and watches the world go by every morning, and she's really loving this Muji cat grass. I wonder if it's a different flavor to the one I usually use. Well, half a day's gone by now, and I think my meat is ready. It should be nice and soft. So I've just turned it back on the heat to reduce the last of the liquid down, but I can see that it's already really soft. I've mashed up an avocado, I've got a bit of sour cream and some Mexican ingredients, and now I'm going to put it all together, and then I'm going to put the rest in the fridge for after work tomorrow. It's super easy, and all you really need to do is heat up your oven, and I'm putting this oven at 230, 240 degrees, and then just put it all together by adding the meat, mushroom and onion mix into a wrap it all up, add a bit of taco sauce and cheese on top, and I did actually buy some refried beans, and I've just been heating those up with a little bit of chili sauce to make them softer, and then cheese on top and in the oven. And I really just put it in the oven until it's all hot and melted and brown on top. This is a dish that my dad used to cook for us at home, and I think this is the one I requested him to make at least once a week. It was my absolute favorite. So I grew up eating this so many times, and I absolutely love it, especially if you go to the trouble to make the beef nice and soft inside. It's really good as well because there's lots of protein and some good avocado, and as long as you only have one, I think it's okay. It's a good treat. And the last thing I wanted to do today with my Muji haul was use these little face masks that I bought at Muji. So you just get your regular toner or the toner you want, and you can make an at-home face mask treatment. So clever. Anything that you want to absorb into your face, this is a great way to do it instead of using a cotton pad. Well, it's the next morning now, and Millie and I are out doing our morning walk, and we're having a look at the rice fields. And I said I'd update you again as they started to grow, but look at this rice now. It's definitely leaning over. It's getting a bit brown in color, and I think harvest is just around the corner. Very, very excited to see the new rice on the shelves very shortly. New rice in Japan is called shinmai. And I really like to look out for the Wakayama Shinmai because I like to eat the local produce. I know how it's grown as well. I know the climate. But Millie is loving our walk. She's getting more and more brave as she learns the streets. And she's quite happy to walk alongside the pram. When she gets a bit tired or she sees someone coming, she jumps in the pram and just stands up tall and has a look around. She's such a funny bunny. But she does know our streets so well now. So I feel a bit more confident about if she did get out, she'd know exactly how to get home. She walks with such confidence, and yeah, I'm really proud of her progress as she's learning to walk on a lead. Well, thanks so much for watching again this week, and I really look forward to talking to you again next week. See you later. Bye.
My name's Lorraine, and I'm in the north of England in the UK, and this is my review of Cheney's Katakana course. I discovered Cheney on YouTube, and the fact that she was actually a Japanese language teacher with courses of her own. So I checked those out. The katakana one, in particular, there's such a lot that you get. Her courses are very, very reasonably priced, really affordable, especially as the fact that you get loads of content within. I really like the workbook because it's put together in such a way it's very engaging, it's very encouraging and motivating to sort of get you through to the next lesson. Lots of really fun exercises and activities in there, and the look of it's really nice. It makes you want to progress. So it's not like some stuffy old textbook. There's the video lessons that she does with imagery to help reinforce what the characters are and what they mean, as well as a sense of community with other students as well. As you're working through, you'll see questions and comments from other students, so you know that other people are working through as well, and they may have similar queries to yourself. But Cheney is very supportive anyway. She'll get back to you very quickly if you have any issues. And at the end, once you've kind of completed the course, there's a lot of drills and a lot of vocabulary which helps your confidence as a beginner learner. So I'm really chuffed with Cheney's katakana course, and I can't recommend them enough. You know, they're really friendly, fun, as I said before, very engaging, and I found it so easy and comfortable and, you know, not stressful. You don't want some, you know, a hobby to be stressful. So yeah, totally really appreciate Cheney's work on these courses, and cannot recommend them highly enough. So please check them out.
Check out the website today at www.cheneyjapan.com. I'd love to have you on board.